Get ready for the world's best surfers, surfing for their nations, for pride, glory, and gold, and the chance to become Olympians. Surfing's last Olympic qualifier will send 12 more athletes to Tokyo 2020, 7 slots for women and 5 for men. Taking place at 2 world-class waves in El Salvador, La Bocana and El Sunzal. Follow the 2021 Surf City El Salvador ISA World Surfing Games live May 29th through June 6th on isasurf.org.
Hello and welcome to beautiful El Salvador Surf City, El Tunco. You are about to witness history in the making, the 2021 ISA World Surfing Games. Chris Cote here with Jody Nelson to bring to you the road to the Olympics through the ISA. We're talking about making this a better world through surfing, and that's exactly what we plan to do this week from this incredible location. We have 2 world-class waves at our disposal. We have a huge group of surfers all coming in internationally to compete for ISA glory, of course. And what we have on hand is plenty of swell, plenty of waves, and some of the best surfers on this planet, surfing for glory of country, glory of the sport, and of course, to represent the world and show them why we love this sport so much. We have over 50 countries competing here at this year's 2021 World Surfing Games. And I'll tell you, the vibe is up here on the beach. Jody, when we see a gathering like this, the feeling is palpable of joy, excitement. The anticipation has been building now for years leading up until this day when we kick off the 2021 World Surfing Games.
100%, Chris, you're absolutely right. I mean, this is a celebration of us working towards a triumphal return to competition. We've been trudging ahead as an entire world trying to get past this global pandemic. And if this doesn't show you we're all trying, I don't know what does, because it wasn't easy for everybody to get here. I'm sure everybody's been hearing the rumors about the COVID testing and the results and everything. And it's, you know, everybody is trying their hardest. And I've just come to a perspective where, you know, we should all be on the same team wanting to see this thing succeed and work together to see surfing get to Tokyo. And I know it's hard. I know people, like, I'm hoping people don't want to see us fail, because if we all succeed, it just brings hope to the world of surfing and the Olympics as a whole. So I'm really excited about this week. You know, it's either you sit back at home in fear and let COVID win, or you try. And if we fail, well, dang it, we tried.
Well, in previous years, the ISA World Surfing Games has proven to be a truly global celebration of surfing. And every year, it starts with the Parade of Nations. Unfortunately, we can't do that this year. But in previous years, as you can see, a truly joyful and meaningful celebration of sport. This is where our teams really get to come together and showcase their cultural diversity, showcase what makes all of these countries so special. And as you can clearly see, the Parade of Nations in past years, truly a highlight of the World Surfing Games. The host nations basically put on a giant party to celebrate surfing coming to them on a global scale. And I'll tell you, you definitely feel the love and feel the joy of this sport when you witness a Parade of Nations.
And what I see, Chris, is just inclusivity. You know, it doesn't matter what race, religion, gender. That's what the Olympic vision is all about. And just bringing surfing to the world, to a non-endemic audience, people who have never experienced surfing, and just growing these nations around the world, empowering people, empowering the women, the young girls, the young men that live in countries all over the world, that it's a third world, or, like Israel going through all the conflict. It's like surfing brings everyone together in such a powerful way, and we all need to just recognize that and celebrate it.
A better world through surfing. As you see, we're gathering the nations for an upcoming ceremony, the Sands of the World, which is a perfect illustration of why we do this, bringing the world together through the love of sport, through the love of surfing. And you can feel the unity in these events as all of our nations have, their spokes surfers, we'll call them. These are the surfers that will be flying the flags and putting their sand in the unity container, we'll call it. So if you're looking for the ins and outs and all the behind the scenes action from the ISA World Surfing Games, check it out. ISA Surfing on Twitter and Instagram. You can go to isasurf.org at any time and get all the background stories. One thing we love about this event is you will see so many storylines coming into not only day one all the way to the finals, but what we have here is an incredible gathering of not just surfers, but incredible gathering of humans, and they all have a unique story. The best part about this event is we do have multiple opportunities to see these surfers compete, to get a little bit more history on them. Double elimination, we have repecharge all the way to the very end. That means no matter what, you will see a surfer representing the country that you love, and you will get more information on them, and everyone has a great story to tell.
Absolutely. And I just want to take this moment to thank everybody behind the scenes that's been working so hard. I mean, Fernando, he's been at this for 26 years, but our webcast crew that's been working down here in the heat, running wires, the city of, the country of El Salvador, all the workers, building this beautiful venue. Everybody's been putting so much into it and really wants to see it all succeed. So I'm hoping everybody at home can get behind us and really cheer this thing on. I'm sure there's more hurdles and things to jump through. And we're going to try and be as transparent as possible, but hoping that everybody at home and around the world can just be cheering us all on, and that we can, see all these great stories unfold. And, we have 12 slots to fill that are going to be going to Tokyo. And, Tokyo, as everybody knows, has their own challenges, but we've got to just rally and just keep this thing going, because I think as athletes and sports fans, there's a lot of hope in just fighting for being back to normalcy.
We got to give huge credit to our host nation of El Salvador, sharing this incredible destination with us. A huge part of the ISA World Surfing Games and the ISA organization in general is unity, unifying the world, making the world a better place through surfing. Let's take a look at the Sands of the World.
Created the Sands of the World. The Sands of the World was devised as a symbol of bringing the countries of the world together in peace through surfing. The ultimate spirit of that will be when those 40 male and female surfers walk with their national teams in the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games. I mean, this is watched by 3-4 billion people. And now you're parading, you got your flag, your country's call, a person with a flag goes up on stage, a person with a sign goes up on stage, the whole world is looking at you, and you pour the sun, you wave your flag, you make your haka if you're a Kiwi, you do whatever, you wear your special hats or clothing or your green blazer if you're a South African. We got, an amazing mix of countries. I mean, here you got Moroccans and Israeli. One Moroccan, one Israeli qualifying at the same time, going up on stage to pour the sun. We got Irish and English. And you see all of that happening. And it's just, for me, it's the most emotional time.
Sands of the World, a perfect visual explanation of what we're trying to do here, unifying the whole world through surfing. Here's a look at Surf City, El Tunco. Incredible destination. Obviously, you see here low tide, but throughout the day, we have two great breaks at our disposal. We have a peak out front. We've got a right point break. Both of these areas will be used throughout the week. So much swell on the way. This is the smallest day you will see of the entire ISA World Surfing Games. We can pretty much guarantee you that it's going to be pumping. And, you know, beyond the medals, beyond all the expectations on our surfers, one thing we do know is the waves are going to be epic. La Bocana in Surf City, El Salvador, a globally renowned surf break. Jody, it's been 6 to 8 feet for the last 2 weeks straight. This is our only day where we're looking at waves in that 4 to 6 foot range, but as we see down the line, it is going to be massive throughout this week.
Yeah, we've been getting emails from Kevin Wallace at Surfline, and yeah, it's we've got plenty of swell. You know, that's always the hardest part with surf events is getting the waves. This thing had to be planned years ago in the planning, and you never know if you're going to get swell or not. So the fact that we have a great forecast is really exciting.
Well, there's a reason that El Salvador has been on pretty much every surfer's list as a must-visit country.
There's Leo there.
Leo Fioravanti, our crews, getting themselves set for the opening ceremonies and the Sands of the World
I have a question.
ceremony.
El
Yes.
Salvador, are they just going to put a huge rock in the thing? Because, like, I don't see any sand out there.
We got some black sand over here at the low tide. But, behind us, as you see the surfers gather, the flags are flying on the beach. I mean, this truly is a dream come true for surf fans who have been wondering why a sport like surfing has not been in the Olympics. Well, it took a lot of hard work.
There's our structure that they built. Look at that, custom for us. I'm pretty sure, is that where we're in something like that?
We have multiple areas. We have a lot of different pods set up here in the town. And these two areas are interchangeable. They have both the same capabilities. So, we have the luxury of being able to pick and choose which area we'll be surfing throughout that day. And whatever area is being used for the A podium is the backup will be.
Yeah, we have to use dual venues because there's 256 athletes and 51 nations competing here to find those 12, to establish those 12 remaining spots on the Olympic teams.
This is La Bocana. Now this wave has been compared to lower trestles, a little bit more pumped up of a version of lower trestles. It has a right that almost looks like Karamas that you've seen on the World Surf League stage. Absolutely rippable and a great wave to showcase everybody's talent because, we have teams that will be fielding surfers that may have only been surfing for the last few years, all the way up to Gabriel Medina, Felipe Toledo.
And funny you mentioned Karamas because I hear Rio Ida's here, and I have been blessed to see him surf just a few months ago, and the kid is on fire. So I'm really excited to see him perform, and everyone.
Well, we have an incredibly stacked field competing here at the ISA World Surfing Games. So the ISA has been doing it for the love of the sport since day one. Let's get a little bit more knowledge on what the ISA does.
There's something profoundly spiritual about riding waves. Water is transformative, healing. You're at the mercy of
Good
Mother
job, Chris.
Nature, the ever-changing movement of water. The ocean is the great equalizer. You don't need to belong to a certain race, religion, or gender to surf. The pursuit of these fleeting walls transcends sport. It's a way of life. Surfing has the power to change the world. It will now take the next step on the world's greatest sporting stage, the Olympic Games. The International Surfing Association is the world's governing body of surfing, recognized by the International Olympic Committee with member nations around the globe. This is the ISA. This is a better world through surfing.
51 international teams competing, 256 athletes, a record of 121 women competing here at the 2021 ISA World Surfing Games. And of course, the big talk about Olympic qualification, top 7 finishing eligible women and top 5 finishing eligible men could stamp their ticket to the upcoming Olympic Games in Tokyo. We do have world champions competing. We have legends, we have rookies, we have surfers that you may never have heard of before that could, by the end of the week, become your new favorite surfer. We could go on and on about how talented this field is. If you go back in time, past ISA champions, Sally Fitzgibbon, Santiago Muniz, Tia Blanco, Leandro Osuna, Noymar McGonigal, Italo Ferreira. We have all the champs here. And I'll tell you, when you walk up and down the beach and you see the smiling faces of our competitors, you truly feel that they know how important this event is and how special this event is for the surfing world as a whole.
Yeah, the field is stacked, and something to pay attention to, which hopefully we can do a really good job for everybody at home throughout this week, is the competition within the competition, because there are those 7 remaining spots for the women and the 5 for the men. And you know, there's going to be a lot of like point crunching, and you know, there's people that are already locked in. And you know, we just came from the Do Tour where we saw Team Brazil in the semifinals. They backed down and let Team USA duke it out in the men's park final. There were 7 U.S. skaters and 1 Oski from where's Oski from?
Sweden.
Yeah. And it was just glorious. It was so fun. It was like one of the best sporting moments. So hopefully we'll see some of those stories unfold, and I've really got my eyes on Sofia Milanovic, because I mean she won in Japan and beat all the best women in the world, and but she still has work to do. She still has to beat out one of her fellow country women here at this event to get to the Olympics.
The ISA World Surfing Games truly brings the world together. And once we get everybody together, you have, like you said, contests within the contest. You're surfing for the glory of your country. You're surfing to prove to yourself that you belong among this field. We're talking about some of the highest ranked surfers on the planet through both the WSL as well as the ISA. So when you have a field like this coming together, obviously picking the standouts is going to be extremely difficult. When you go down the list of names that we have here, you kind of are lost in how many big name surfers are going to be competing. I mean, this is an event where you could see a surfer, representing Team Senegal, who's maybe never even been in a contest before, going up against Gabriel Medina in the first round.
Yeah, giant killers.
World champions and ISA champions have to surf through the first round all the way to the finish. There are no walkthroughs, no gimmies in any heat. So you're going to see extremely competitive heats from day one.
And we saw that in Japan in Miyazaki with Anat Liliar. I called her the giant killer throughout that whole event, and she earned her spot for Team Israel. And we're going to see her and her brothers represented here this week, representing Israel. And if anybody's turned on the news at home, what Israel's going through, and it's pretty cool that they're here focused on sport, with getting their minds off what's going on at home. And that's that is what this is all about.
With so many storylines coming into the ISA World Surfing Games, we're going to do our best to give you as many of them as possible. We're going to start with surfer representing Team Israel, Anat Lelor.
I live in a sea compared to an ocean, and a sea is almost like a puddle next to a pool, I think. Waves are not really consistent, and it's really hard to be an excellent surfer next to all the world champions and all the other contestants. So I just try to keep pushing harder and harder, even though I don't have the conditions that they have. When I started surfing, I kind of started by myself, and then my brother came along, and then my sister, she's 2 years younger than me. She saw surfing, and of course she wanted to come as well. So since then, we kind of pushed each other to be better. If it was my sister doing this turn, I wanted to do that turn. And surfing in the water, it was kind of crowded, but it was only men around. I was the only woman or kid. I mean, I was a young girl, surfing in the lineup.
Every surfer competing here at the ISA World Surfing Games come here with different goals. And Anat is a surfer that could potentially win this entire event. We know how good she is. She just did very well in a QS event in Europe. So put Anat on your list of surfers to watch to potentially medal.
And I just want to say, if you haven't watched that full profile, go online and watch it. Because in Israel, you have to serve in the Army. She's currently serving in the Army. I don't think anybody else here is currently serving in the Army and going to the Olympics. Probably no one going to Tokyo serves in the Army. So, yeah, do yourself a favor, go watch that piece.
All of our profile pieces are available at isasurf.org. As we move closer and closer to our Sands of the World ceremony, the opening ceremonies are a way of kicking off this celebration of surfing and celebration of sport. There you see a beautiful angle of where we are in the world. You see the forest behind us. The beach is just lit up and alive with excitement and anticipation. We could see some surfing potentially today, definitely tomorrow. And you're going to see plenty of action throughout the week. As we know, swell is on the way. Our surfers are ready.
Well, and I think, you know, it's important to see that that feature we saw earlier about the Parade of Nations and recognize what it's been for the last 26 years. And, you know, we all have been in this thing the last year and a half trying to move forward. So this year's going to look a little bit different because we have a lot of protocols in place. And
Surf City El
yeah,
Salvador,
being safe.
ISA World Surfing Games 2021.
So with 51 national teams being represented here at the ISA World Surfing Games,
Presenciamos el ingreso
some of these teams
del
have
excelentísimo señor presidente
gotten here
de
with
la
help from their
República del
government, other
Salvador,
teams
Nayib
privately
Bukele.
funded
Oh,
or
speaking of
self-funded
that,
to get here.
you know the story about El Salvador team? They're funded by Bitcoin.
We're going to send it down to the opening ceremonies, be hosted by Shannon Hughes and Calais Carranza.
Have gathered together here in El Salvador.
Damas y caballeros, todos los surfistas y atletas de 51 países se han reunido aquí en el Sunsal, El Salvador.
In the spirit of fair play, it is with great pleasure that we welcome everyone to the official opening ceremony of the 2021 Surf City El Salvador ISA World Surfing Games.
Con el espíritu de un juego limpio, es un placer dar la más cordial bienvenida a todos ustedes a la ceremonia de apertura oficial de Surf City El Salvador ISA World Surfing Games 2021.
we would like to welcome and introduce the following dignitaries on stage.
Le damos la bienvenida y presentamos a los siguientes dignatarios.
The President of the ISA, Mr. Fernando Aguirre.
El presidente de la ISA, el señor Fernando Aguirre.
Morena Valdez, Minister of Tourism.
La ministra de Turismo, Morena Valdés.
The President of the Instituto Nacional de los Deportes de El Salvador, Yamil Bukele.
El presidente del Instituto Nacional de los Deportes de El Salvador, Yamil Bukele.
The President of the Republic of El Salvador, Mr. Nayib Bukele.
El presidente de la República del Salvador, Nayib Bukele.
Now let us begin the Sands of the World ceremony. We will call on the countries to come to stage and bring with them their flag and sand from their local beach. The sand from each country will be placed in the container on stage to symbolize the peaceful gathering of nations through the love of surfing. Each flag will be placed on stage to symbolize the gathering of nations.
Ahora daremos inicio a la ceremonia de las arenas del mundo. Llamaremos a todos los países a subir al escenario y traer con ellos arena de su playa local. La arena de cada país será vertida en el contenedor dispuesto en el escenario como símbolo de la unión pacífica de las naciones mediante el amor por el surf. Cada bandera será puesta en el escenario para simbolizar la reunión de naciones.
Damas y caballeros, en este momento, en lo que cada uno de los países se posicionan en sus ubicaciones, de esta manera entonaremos las sagradas notas del himno nacional de El Salvador.
You may take your seats.
Pueden tomar asiento, muy amable, gracias.
And now we begin the Sands of the World ceremony.
Continuamos con la ceremonia de las arenas.
Afghanistan,
De Afganistán,
flag bearer and sand pourer.
el abanderado y portador de arena, Afridun Amu.
Sands from the beaches,
Las arenas de la playa de Panjshir.
American Samoa,
De Samoa Americana,
flag bearer
el abanderado Liam Wilson,
and sand pourer.
portador de arena Lucy Garrard.
Sand from the beaches.
La arena de la playa de Aloha.
Argentina.
De Argentina.
Flag bearer
El abanderado, Lele Usuna.
and sand pourer.
Portador de arena, Lucía Indurain.
From the beaches of
De la playa de Daprotis, Mar del Plata.
Australia.
De Australia.
Flag bearer,
El abanderado, Bede Durbridge.
my apologies. Barbados.
Barbados. El abanderado, Joshua Burke.
Sand pourer
La portadora de arena, Chelsea Tuak.
from the sands of
De la playa de Soup Bowl.
Belgium.
De Bélgica.
Flag bearer,
El abanderado va a ser Rihanna Rosenbaum.
and sand pourer.
Y el abanderado es Michiel van Acker.
From the beaches of
De las playas de Bredene.
Canada.
De Canadá.
Flag bearer,
El abanderado, Caleb Temple.
sand pourer.
La portadora de arena, Paige Alms.
From the beaches of
De las playas de González Bay, Victoria.
Chile.
De Chile.
Flag bearer,
El abanderado, Maximiliano Cross.
sand pourer.
La portadora de arena, Estela López.
From the beaches of
De las playas de Puertecillo.
Chinese Taipei.
De China, Taipei.
Flag bearer,
El abanderado, Chong Yun Rong.
sand pourer.
Portador de arena, Liu Mingjun.
From the beach of
De las playas de Honeymoon Bay.
Colombia.
De Colombia.
Flag bearer,
La abanderada, Angelina Di Cesare.
sand pourer.
Portador de arena, Margarita Conde.
From the beach of
De las playas de Cartagena.
Costa Rica.
De Costa Rica.
Flag bearer,
El abanderado, Jair Pérez.
sand pourer.
Y la portadora de arena, Leilani McGonigal.
From the beach of
De las playas de Boca Barranca.
Denmark.
Señoras y señores, Dinamarca.
Flag bearer,
El abanderado, Christopher Holler.
sand pourer.
Y la portadora de arena, Mille Christensen.
From the beach of
De las playas del norte de Dinamarca, Klitmoller, Cold Hawaii.
Dominican Republic.
De la República Dominicana,
Flag bearer,
la abanderada Joan Marie Bovea.
sand pourer.
Y el portador de arena, Cristian Padilla.
From the beach of
Las arenas vienen de Cozón Beach, Las Terrenas.
Ecuador.
De Ecuador,
Flag bearer,
el abanderado, Jonathan Zambrano.
sand pourer.
La portadora de arena, Dominique Barona.
From the beach of
De las playas de las Galápagos, Tongo Reef.
Germany. Thank you. Germany.
De Alemania,
Flag bearer,
el abanderado, León Glatzer.
sand pourer.
La portadora de arena, Rachel Presti.
From the beach of
De las playas de Silt. Bienvenidos.
Great Britain.
De Gran Bretaña,
Flag bearer,
el abanderado, Stanley Norman.
sand pourer.
Y la portadora de arena, Lucy Campbell.
From the beaches of
De las playas de Thurso, Escocia.
Greece.
De Grecia,
Flag bearer.
El abanderado Perry Síganos.
Sand pourer.
Y el portador de arena Dimitri Papavasiliou.
From the beaches of
De las playas de Palaiochora, Chania.
Guatemala.
De Guatemala,
Flag bearer.
el abanderado Carlos Escobar.
Sand pourer.
La portadora de arena Tiziana Billy Prem.
From the beach of
De las playas de Empalizada.
Hungary.
Hungría,
Flag bearer and sand pourer.
el abanderado y portador de arena Gergely Balog.
From the beach of
De las playas del lago Balaton, Lake Balaton Beach.
Indonesia.
De Indonesia,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Oni Anwar.
and sand pourer.
La portadora de arena Dia Natasha.
From the beach of
De las playas de Kuta Beach, Bali.
Iran.
De Irán,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Salar Gashari.
and sand pourer.
Y el portador de arena Tom Resben.
From the beach of
De las playas de Ramin.
Ireland.
De Irlanda,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Oshin Campbell.
sand pourer.
La portadora de arena Grace Doyle.
From the beach of
De las playas de Tremor, Waterford County.
Israel.
De Israel,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Advah Barsade.
and sand pourer.
El portador de arena Ido Arkin.
From the beach of
De las playas de Contiki.
Italy.
Italia,
Flag bearer
abanderado Leonardo Fioravanti.
sand pourer.
La portadora de arena Emily Gussoni.
From the beaches of
Las arenas vienen de La Dispoli, Roma.
Jamaica.
De Jamaica,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Elishama Beckford.
and sand pourer.
Y la portadora de arena Imani Wilmot.
From the beach of
De las playas de Jamnesia.
Japan.
De Japón,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Shun Murakami.
and sand pourer.
La portadora de arena Shino Matsuda.
From the beaches of
De las playas de Tsurigasaki Beach.
Mexico.
De México,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Dylan Southworth.
and sand pourer.
La portadora de arena Summer Sibori.
From the beaches of
De la playa de Boca de Pascuales.
Morocco.
De Marruecos,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Ramzi Bujian.
and sand pourer.
La portadora de arena Lilias Tebay.
From the beaches of
Las arenas vienen de Casablanca.
Netherlands.
De Holanda,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Kaspar Haminga.
and sand pourer.
La portadora de arena Dominga Valdés.
From the beaches of
Las arenas vienen de la playa de Scheveningen.
New Zealand.
De Nueva Zelanda,
Flag bearer
la abanderada Paige Hareb.
and sand pourer.
Portadora de arena Safi Veti.
From the beach of
Las arenas vienen de Oakura y Makorori Beach.
Nicaragua.
De Nicaragua,
Flag bearer
el abanderado
and sand pourer.
Elgin Guzmán, acompañado de la portadora de arena Candelaria Rezano.
From the beach of
Las arenas vienen de Popollo,
Panama.
de Panamá.
Flag bearer
Abanderada Enilda Alonso.
and sand pourer
Portador de arena Isauro Elizondo.
from the beaches of
La arena viene de la playa de Santa Catalina.
Peru.
Del Perú,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Luca Mesinas.
and sand pourer
La portadora de arena Daniela Rosas.
from the beach of
Y la arena viene de Punta Rocas.
the Philippines.
De las Filipinas,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Rodelio Esquivel.
and sand pourer
La portadora de arena Nilvi Blancada.
from the beach of
Las arenas vienen de la playa de La Unión,
Portugal.
de Portugal.
Flag bearer
El abanderado Vasco Ribeiro.
and sand pourer
Portadora de arena Yolanda Hopkins.
from the beach of
Las arenas vienen de las Islas Madeira, lugar de Baixo.
Puerto Rico.
De Puerto Rico,
Flag bearer
la abanderada Habana Cabrero.
sand pourer
El portador de arena Ricardo Delgado.
from the beach of
La arena viene de Middles Beach.
RSF.
Representando la RSF,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Egor Volkov.
and sand pourer
Y la portadora de arena Elena Bolisova.
from the beach of
Las arenas vienen de la isla de Sajalín.
Senegal.
De Senegal,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Sheriff Fall.
and sand pourer
Portadora de arena Iman Rachel Siñate.
from the beaches of
Las arenas vienen de Virage Beach.
South Africa.
De Sudáfrica,
Flag bearer and sand pourer
el abanderado y portador de arena Matthew McGilvray.
from the beach of
La arena viene de Jeffreys Bay.
Spain.
Representando España,
Flag bearer
la abanderada Nadia Erostarbe
and sand pourer
y el portador de arena Andy Creer.
from the beach of
Las arenas vienen de Galicia, Valdoviño Beach.
Sweden.
De Suecia,
Flag bearer
abanderado Deva Pérez Orbis.
and sand pourer
La portadora de arena Sana Horvalius.
from the beach of
Las arenas vienen de Toro Stenstrand.
Switzerland.
De Suiza,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Michael Saug.
and sand pourer
La portadora de arena Fabian Suter.
from the beach of
Las arenas vienen de Landelin.
Turkey.
De Turquía,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Yasin Pehlivan.
and sand pourer
La portadora de arena Alena Hadimoglu.
from the beach of
Las arenas vienen de Alaina Beach.
Ukraine.
De Ucrania,
Flag bearer
el abanderado Vasil Kordish.
and sand pourer
Y la portadora de arena Anastasia Temirbek.
from the beach of
Las arenas vienen de la playa de Odessa, en Arcadia Beach.
United States of America.
De Estados Unidos,
Flag bearer.
La abanderada, Caroline Marks.
And sand pourer.
Y el parece ser Carissa Moore. Y Caroline Marks.
From the beach of.
La arena viene de San Clemente, Calafia Beach.
Uruguay.
Del Uruguay.
Flag bearer.
El abanderado, Sebastián Olarte.
And sand pourer.
Y la portadora de arena, Sofía Alfonso.
From the beach of.
La arena viene de Playa Honda.
Venezuela.
De Venezuela.
Flag bearer.
El abanderado, Francisco Lolo Bellorín.
And sand pourer.
Sauro Álvarez.
From the beach of.
De La Guaira, La Poza de Anare.
Virgin Islands, U.S.
De las Islas Vírgenes de los Estados Unidos.
Flag bearer.
El abanderado, John Gazzi.
And sand pourer.
Y el portador de arena, Tommy Gibney.
From the beach of.
La arena viene de Hawks Nest Bay.
And the host country, El Salvador.
De El Salvador.
Flag bearer.
El abanderado, Brian Pérez.
Sand pourer.
Y la portadora de arena, Evelyn Centeno.
From the beach of.
La arena viene de nada más y nada menos que La Bocana.
Thank you so much. It's great to have so many amazing athletes with us. And now it is my great pleasure to present to you ISA head judge, Mr. Richard Pierce, and Leandro Osuna from the team Argentina, who have been nominated to swear an oath for good sportsmanship in the name of all the judges and athletes.
Y ahora es un gran gusto presentarles al juez de la ISA, el señor Richard Pierce, y a Leandro Osuna, integrante del equipo de Argentina, quienes han sido nominados para hacer un juramento en nombre del buen espíritu deportivo, en nombre de todos los jueces y de los atletas.
In the name of all judges, we promise to take part in these 2021 Surf City El Salvador ISA World Surfing Games, respecting and abiding by the ISA rules and in the spirit of fair play, inclusion, and equality. Together, we stand in solidarity and commit ourselves to surfing without doping, without cheating, without any form of discrimination. We do this for the honor of our teams and respect for the fundamental principles of Olympism and to make the world a better place through surfing. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Hello, hello. In the name of the athletes, we promise to take part in this 2021 Surf City El Salvador ISA World Surfing Games, respecting and abiding by the ISA rules and in the spirit of fair play, inclusion, and equality. Together, we stand in solidarity and commit ourselves to surfing without doping, without cheating, without any form of discrimination. We do this for the honor of our teams and respect for the fundamental principles of Olympism and to make the world a better place through surfing. All right.
Thank you, Richard and Leandro.
Muchas gracias, Richard y Leandro Osuna.
And now it is my privilege to present the ISA president, Fernando Aguirre, who will say a few words on behalf of the ISA.
Ahora tenemos el placer de presentarles al presidente de la ISA, Fernando Aguirre, quien compartirá con ustedes un mensaje de parte de la isla.
Gracias. Hola. Hello, everybody.
I know normally in this ceremony we got hundreds of people, but this is a different world we live in. Es un mundo diferente el que estamos viviendo. Gracias a El Salvador, gracias presidente Bukele y su equipo por invitarnos a este hermoso país en este momento tan diferente de la humanidad. Thank you, Salvador. Thank you, President Bukele and all your team for inviting us to El Salvador in these very difficult times. Thank you to all the teams. Muchas gracias a todos los equipos. Hoy, todos aquí somos una prueba de la resiliencia y de la resistencia del espíritu humano. Today we're here proving the resilience and the strength of the human race. The resilience of life and the resilience of nothing less than surfing. We are surfing in El Salvador. Frente a los obstáculos que hemos tenido en estos últimos años, año y medio, frente a la pandemia de la salud, frente a la pandemia de la economía, frente al aislamiento en que nos vimos sometidos, hoy decimos presente. In front of all the obstacles, the health pandemia, the economic pandemia, the isolation, we said today, present. Con la fuerza del amor por la vida y por la esperanza de un mundo mejor. La humanidad nos necesita y hoy estamos aquí todos nosotros haciendo historia. With the power of love for life and for hope, mankind needs us, and today we're here making history. A year and a half ago, we thought we were going to have a great 2020. We were going to come to El Salvador and have these amazing World Surfing Games and the Olympic Games for the first time with surfing. Hace un poco más de un año y medio estábamos aquí imaginándonos que íbamos a estar en El Salvador en mayo del 2020 y que 2 meses más tarde íbamos a estar en Tokio con algunos de ustedes, surfistas olímpicos por primera vez. Tardamos, pasó un tiempo, pero acá estamos. Nunca abandonamos. Un buen surfista nunca deja de remar. Y si la ola se escapa, se da vuelta, rema de nuevo y va en la búsqueda de la otra. Y aquí estamos, un año más tarde, buscando la ola olímpica, acompañados por todos los hermanos salvadoreños. No nos vamos a olvidar nunca de lo que Salvador hizo por el surf olímpico. No nos vamos a olvidar nunca de cómo nos recibió, de las dificultades que este pequeño país de Latinoamérica ha tenido que enfrentar para poder tener estos más históricos Juegos Mundiales de Surf. Muchas gracias de corazón y cuando nos vamos de aquí en 8 o 9 días, nos vamos a ir todos nosotros como embajadores de ustedes. Muchas gracias, El Salvador. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, President Aguirre. And it is now my privilege to present His Excellency, the President of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, who will share a few remarks.
En este momento escucharemos el mensaje del excelentísimo señor presidente de la República de El Salvador, Nayib Bukele.
Hello, everybody. President of the International Surfing Association, our friend Fernando R., members of the government cabinet, esteemed surfers participating in the games and representing all of these countries, special guests, friends of the press, ladies and gentlemen. A very short time ago, we decided that El Salvador had to build a new future, to change all of the things that made us suffer in the past, and to build our own destiny. And as strange as it sounds, we decided that surf will be part of that destiny. And we chose surfing as one of the pillars of our future. We spoke about this 1.5 years ago. But this task of making El Salvador a world-class surfing destination is probably one of the few things we cannot do by ourselves. We need your help. We need you to take the word out, to post pictures on your Instagram, to tell the story about what you found here and what you think about it. We need you to tell the story about how the people treated you, how you felt, the friendliness, the weather, the sun, the non-stop point break waves, the warm water, but most of all, the vibes. So I ask you to please be our ambassadors and spread the good word about our country. And then, when you all become old, far, far from now, you look into the past and remember you were the ones that started it all. And that you started, and what you started will be enjoyed by generations and generations to come. Even when we're not here anymore. And that brings me to remember Catherine Diaz, a great Salvadoran surfer. She was struck by a lightning while surfing. She was 22 years old with all her life ahead of her. But by the strike of destiny, she died in the middle of the water, doing exactly what she loved the most, by a powerful energy beam that came from the sky. I can imagine what that meant to her friends and to her family. But I don't know what that meant in the great scheme of things. But I'm sure she does. She does now. And that's why I wanted to dedicate this worldwide tournament to her. You will now ride her waves, feel the sun that she felt, walk in the sand that she walked, honor her, and the sport that she loved. So please, enjoy everything. Enjoy this weather, enjoy our people, enjoy the sand, enjoy this warm water, enjoy our waves, ride them, and have a blast. God bless you all.
Surf City El Salvador ISA World Surfing Games 2021. A continuación, presenciamos el retiro del excelentísimo señor presidente de la República de El Salvador, Nayib Bukele.
Sí, bueno, les pedimos que se mantengan sentados por unos momentitos, por favor.
We would ask everyone to stay seated while our dignitaries exit the stage. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bueno, lo voy a hacer en español.
Creo que es el momento más esperado en todo el año para mí. Hace 1 año y medio que no lo hago y es el momento que me hace más feliz. Es darle la bienvenida a todos los deportistas, a todas las delegaciones del mundo, a las miles y miles de personas que nos están viendo en vivo, por televisión, por el webcast, alrededor del mundo.